liquor store. And when we combine our powers together, we unite like the Megazord on Power Rangers. Then we become Cowboys Uncut. We got West Coast Cowboy, the Kanye West of this independent content creation, man. We got Landlord from Alabama. I don't know if he's collecting rent or picking up that brick, but he's in the building today, man. What's up with y'all, man?
Hey, it's the fifth, bro. You know that the late charge is coming on that thing tomorrow. So hey, you got to get right now. You got to get right.
Hey, I can dig it. I can dig it. But hey, shout out to everybody sliding in, man. The original people in the building: T Smooth TV, Sin City Cowboy, Meek Phillips said we in this bitch. Every
What's
time I see
happening?
your name, bro, we want to say call you Meek Mills, man. But what's up with you, bro?
Facts. Me too. What's happening? What's happening?
Like, dang, we got famous niggas in here.
We got Meek Mills in this motherfucker.
Robert King, what's up with you, man? Salute to everybody. So, hey, y'all know the proper procedures when y'all see the three of us together. We need y'all to go to all three platforms and hit the like button on all three. Go to all three platforms, hit the share button on all three. Because sharing is caring. You want to hit that like button to help with the algorithm, and you want to hit that super chat or that cash app to help keep the lights on. Because listen, man, Jerry Jones be hating us out. There's actually a charge now for being a Dallas Cowboy content creator. And Jerry Jones is just trying to put the squeeze on us. So you want to help keep us in business. You want to help keep the liquor store open. You want to help keep the trap open. You want to help keep what West got going over there open. Hit that cash out, hit that super chat to help pay bills over here, man.
Wes, you over there doing some yoga or something, ain't you, man?
Nah, man. Listen to me, man. Listen to me. A lot of people don't know. After the Cowboys lost in the playoffs, bro, I'm driving on whatever that freeway is right there, and I'm about 3 car lengths in front of the next car, and that car, wow, gets into a car accident. She hits the car. I'm like, damn, she just got into a car accident. I should hit my brakes so I don't get in no car accident. I hit the brakes. My auntie car was like, nah, we cool. We want to keep going. So it just keep going. Wow, right into that same car I was listening to. So I actually got into a car accident the night of um the Cowboys playoff loss.
Good
Nah,
grief.
Total the car.
nah, but I'm just meddling.
No, so the point I'm saying is ever since then my neck has been stiff in the mud.
Yeah. That's what's up. We need you to get right then, Mr. West Coast. We need you to get right, sir.
Yeah. And then years of wearing a helmet, I had to.
Yeah.
Like when you was a kid, you used to always do. We have you always doing this drill right here. You never really. I mean, I understood why you was doing it, but I never really understood the importance of it. You know what I'm saying? But as you get older, I understand that the importance of being able to make full circular motions with your neck.
Indeed.
Pause.
For real. And that's why when that boy, I mean, like these dudes when they get out of season, bro, like the dude Micah Parsons said when he got out of season. He went to, I think he said he went to Prague or so. I don't know where he said he went, somewhere that started with a P. And he said he had to get away from the game and stuff like that. I mean, that's how, should we just be going into little car accidents? These dudes run into car accidents on every single play in the NFL. So that makes
play.
Yeah. Indeed. So, yeah, man. So let me get y'all thoughts about it, man. So, everybody else done found a dancing partner except for the Dallas Cowboys. That folks getting jobs every day except for the folks that in Dallas. Now Joe Witt that went over to Green the Pastures in his mind. He got himself a gig, defensive coordinator for the Washington Commanders. So how y'all feeling about the guys that are still in play? Because remember, Joe Witt left without even taking his interview. He left without even taking his interview. So amongst the guys that are still left, the defensive line coach Durden, I believe that Ron Rivera is on the docket. Mike Zimmer is on the docket, and if you believe Brian Broaddus, they said that Wink Martindale might be in play. I don't know if Wink actually got an interview set up, but they said he's a possible candidate as well. So out of all those names that we mentioned, is there really anybody we can defend the Dallas Cowboys signing? That should be the main question. Like, this is the folks they say that they won't. But out of those guys, should we even want them? Is the real question.
It's 3 guys. If it's anyone outside of them, well, I say 4. I don't trust Al because I say Al is a flight risk. Al Harris probably gonna leave. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying he's a flight risk. So, but I throw him in there too. Al, Mike Vrabel, Mike Zimmer, and Wink Martindale. If it's anybody outside of them people, I'm gonna be like, I don't know. You know, I know those aren't popular names for everybody, but I feel like I'm pretty confident in what they could do if they came in and got their hands on this defense. You know what I'm saying? This defense is perform poorly, but they're not just a whole bunch of players away. Like it's some fixes that we can do this offseason to make this defense just be a whole nother defense and way better. So, you know, some of these coaches probably looking at Dan Quinn or, you know, no disrespect to him, but some of them coaches like Zimmer or either Vrabel or Martindale, they looking at Dan like, man, I could have got you a player like this and we could have did this. They probably look at it like he did it wrong in some of their eyes. So I feel like some of these veteran coaches can come in here and be like, watch what I do with these boys. You mean to tell me you give me an all-time or a future Hall of Fame looking pass rusher and then one of the best corners in football? That's on my defense. I can make it work after that. So I bet you to some of these defensive coordinators, this is an attractive job, really. It really is when you think about it, from as far as the personnel go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unfortunately, the way the Cowboys are handling it, I feel like they already know who they're going to hire. And I think that's why there isn't really any real sense of urgency, because if you didn't know who you were hiring, you would want every candidate available. You know what I'm saying? So that means some of the candidates that have already taken jobs, you should have been open. You should have been kind of open to interviewing these guys. I don't think there's anybody in the Super Bowl right now, win or lose, defensive coordinator, San Francisco 49ers coordinator. You can't get any of the defensive coordinators that are in the team on the 49ers or the Chiefs, because you can't make lateral you can't do lateral moves in the NFL. You got to get promoted. So any of the defensive coordinators that are currently playing right now, they wouldn't even be able to take the job. That Jerry wouldn't even be able to offer them a job. Yeah. So at this point, it doesn't make no sense. It doesn't make no sense why you don't have a defensive coordinator today. You know what I'm saying? Like, outside of the fact that you already know who it is, and maybe you're trying to put pressure on him to either take less money or even just take the job. You know what I'm saying? Because right now it doesn't really make sense, because, you know, you can't hire, like I said, you can't hire the 49ers DC, and you can't hire the Chiefs DC unless they're fired.
Mm-hmm.
And win or lose, I don't think either one of them dudes get fired unless they give up like 70 to 0. I mean, the 0 wouldn't be their fault. The 70 would be their fault.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And hey, I can wholeheartedly agree with that standpoint, bro. Because listen, I told you before the show started, I thought it was odd the way that it played out. Do y'all remember how Mike Zimmer name even came up? A source
he said he wanted himself, didn't it?
Yeah, like a source close to Mike Zimmer said that Mike Zimmer was interested. So Mike Zimmer told somebody that he was interested in the Dallas Cowboys coaching job, and that got reported. And then all of a sudden, Mike Zimmer ended up with an interview. So, like I told Wes, it's like he extended an olive branch to see if they wanted him back in Dallas. And once he felt with mutual interest, it seemed like it's going to happen. And the reason I think it's probably going to be Mike Zimmer, whether we like it or not, because you know they're going to make moves that they want to make. It makes too much sense for them, because you'll bring somebody in that was on the coaching staff when you last won a championship. He stayed with you, helped develop Roy Williams. He helped. He was a secondary coach when he was here. Then he became defensive coordinator. So it'll be full circle. They look at Mike Zimmer in the same capacity they look at Sean Payton. Good coaches that they felt walked out the door and they really wanted him to stay.
The one that got away.
The one that got away. So, and think about what everybody else is reporting. Brian Broaddus said they are stuck in their ways. They want to be comfortable. What's more comfortable than hiring your old homeboy?
Somebody who know how it go in here and ain't gonna be pushing too much change. That's the only con against Mike Zimmer that I had. I said he could possibly be already corrupted. You know what I'm saying? Him being a Jerry Jones guy, he could be corrupted already.
See, Perry Locke hit us with some good information. I didn't know this. Zimmer used to go shooting with Jerry Jones. They're real close.
See
and
that?
He Arkansas boy, Jerry Jones is. So I'm pretty sure he does go shooting.
He said that on the video I played yesterday. He said he done been to plenty ranges with him. Yeah, he go to Jerry Jones range and shoot with him and stuff like that. So yeah, they close. And you know, Jerry got a way to convince people to do what he want them to do too, though. So that's the only thing. Like I wouldn't mind a fresh eye. He still be a fresh eye in the building. Like, I think people underrate how important a fresh eye is, man. We need somebody in here looking at everything and wondering why it's like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is that like that? Why y'all do this like that? Like, you need the fresh eye just gonna notice everything, and it'll help you overall after a while. Like, you know what I'm saying? As far as situating the rest of your defense.
Yeah, I mean, your defensive coordinator is going to be over your whole defense, so his main priority is going to be the entire defense. That means your all three levels. So, I think the defensive coordinator job is huge. You guys to be a good hire, but at the same time, I also think if you just hire a defensive coordinator that believes in a middle linebacker being on the field at all times, at least on first and second downs, and your position coach just continue to do their job, I think you're going to be better. You'll probably be better than what you are, because I think, I'm hoping Dan Quinn is at one of those situations, those rare situations where you get better by subtraction. You know what I'm saying? In most cases, better by adding. You got to add players on the team. You got to add this or that, and then that makes you better. I'm hoping that with the addition, with the subtraction of Dan Quinn and that mentality of not having a middle linebacker on the field, because remember, we did not believe in that. That's something new to the Dallas Cowboys. And that's something also, and this hybrid change, because I'm going to tell you this right here, like, real talk, like, somebody sold the Cowboys on playing a 4-3 defense, right? And we did it. And I'm going to tell you they sold them on them because they did it. We did 2020, we did it, right?
3-4.
Huh? I mean, a 3-4, I'm sorry. Somebody sold the Cowboys, Jerry Jones, on a 3-4 defense, right? And having these guys that look more like defensive ends and, look like edge rushers than anything else, right? And they sold them so far on it that they actually did it in 2020. And we were statistically the worst defense in football, but we also did it on what? We did it on Zoom. Exactly. What I honestly think is we did, because remember they couldn't.
I know it's just funny when you think about it, like,
like we literally tried to change our base defense on Zoom, bruh.
Zoom meetings. Yeah.
Zoom meetings.
I don't even be learning the stuff for inspections they be trying to give me on those Zoom calls.
Bruh, listen to me.
It's hard to stay awake.
Listen to me. Listen to me. America's student. They failed 2020 because half them kids got passed because they knew them kids. Listen to me. No kid left behind. You know what that's for them? 2020. Why? Because wasn't nobody learning on Zoom, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was. Every kid in America.
And that's the year we want to change head coaches and the whole regime of coaches.
And on a Zoom call. But yeah, what I honestly think is
COVID happened afterwards, though, right? We didn't go into it and know it was finna be COVID, though.
We did, though. I
don't think so. I think we had Mike McCarthy before we knew it was COVID, right?
COVID happened remember COVID happened in February of 2020. Yeah. So that was going into the season. So yeah. The draft was, remember, because the draft, what happened?
Did COVID affect 2019 end of the season? I don't think so.
No. COVID affected 2020.
Yeah,
it was all 2020. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. Like, they knew beforehand it was a stupid idea to change the defense because you already knew you can't meet with nobody.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, he said it was like February, March, some shit like that. So
March,
So like, remember. You made the coaching change. You knew that you were gonna do all this stuff. He still had a resume where he ran 4-3 before. So there was really no reason to change everything that first year. You know what I mean? Because he still had a background in 4-3. He run both fronts before in his career.
True.
Mike Nolan has. So that didn't even make no damn sense.
But yo,
that was just that nepotism, man.
What I was saying is this though. Mm-hmm. I think the Cowboys, they realized, okay, we can't switch to it. That's not going to happen. That was dumb to do. So they went and got Dan Quinn, who's a guy that who's post up. Like the hiccup with Dan Quinn is I don't understand how we had this defensive lineman guru in our building for 3 freaking years and we don't have one dude that even smells like Aaron Donald. Like, that's the only thing that's like weird to me. Like, Sanjay Lau was a really, really good wide receiver coach. The Cowboys got rid of him for I don't know why, but he was Sanjay Lau had them dudes that practicing carrying bricks, running routes with bricks in their hands.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying? This dude's a phenomenal coach, right? But guess what? CeeDee Lamb, all these dudes, these young receivers, even Cole Beasley gives him with Sanjay Lau so much credit. Bro, these dudes still benefited, and we still had the remnants of it in the building. Bro, you had Dan Quinn, a dude who was a defensive line guru, and Quentin Bohannon should at least be a dog right now. But guess what? Where's he at these days?
Detroit.
That's crazy. Think about this, bro.
Tennessee.
Listen to me.
He went to Tennessee after Detroit.
They picked him up out the practice squad.
Hey, listen to me.
Oh, okay.
And I think everybody will feel this, right? Dan Quinn is literally looking back. It's like a useless relationship, bro. Like and as soon as I said that girl, whoever you think about, popped in your head. Like, yep, you didn't get nothing from it, bro.
Just wasted your time. Dude.
Just wasted your time, bro. You didn't get nothing from it, bro. We don't have any remnants of Dan Quinn. He's gonna be gone. And we're about to switch our defense again. And you don't have any player that you can be like, Dan Quinn put his finger on him.
That's a good point, that Wiz, because I'm thinking like, what imprint did he leave?
What the hell was you doing, man, for 3 years?
What imprint did he leave?
What was you doing for 3 years?
The only player you could say is Michael, just because he came in with him, and even then, Michael probably would have still been.
No, I'm not giving you credit for a first round pick. No, I'm giving Michael's daddy credit for Michael.
Huh?
So you ain't gonna give him love for anything, huh?
Bro, listen to me. Micah Parsons is Micah Parsons on whatever team he's on, bro. What is that?
I almost said one of your slaggers. Hey, we ain't getting them nothing. We ain't getting them country boy nothing.
I just asked the question now.
Look, Micah is low hanging fruit though, bro. Like, listen,
bro, you can't get credit for Micah Parsons.
If you put Micah Parsons on any team, he still was gonna be a
Micah Parsons
player. And maybe not Micah Parsons, maybe, but it's a high likelihood that he still would have been Micah.
Bro, if he was on any other team,
you know what I'm saying?
Land, if he was on any other
first
team,
day of training camp and he was smoking folks. The first day of training camp, he was smoking folks. I just wanted to let people remember that. Go ahead.
Land, if Micah Parsons was on any team other than the Dallas Cowboys, he would be a 110% edge rusher, and he would have 22 sacks a season. What are you talking about? If Micah Parsons was on any other team, he would win Defensive Player of the Year because they would want him to win Defensive Player of the Year. Like, if you think about this, the 49ers, like, we're the only team that, like, when we win individual accolades, you know what Jerry says? I gotta pay him now.
Hold on.
Think about this. When other players win teams, when other players win, I ain't mean to cuss. When other players win teams on their team, they're like, yes, now we have a reason to pay him.
Listen,
like other teams use that as a reason to pay him.
Turnovers are not sustainable, bro. Like that's not a tangible thing. Cause look, when it don't happen, we screwed. When it don't happen, we screwed.
It's boom or bust.
We like 3-9 under Dan Quinn in the games. We did not force turnovers. So that's
now look, it's nice to have.
So that means that's not you, bro.
Let's look. Let's
not that guy.
That was one of the things that we lacked that though. Like, now that's how Dan. Man, I wish I had my bone.
So Al Harris ain't getting no credit for that.
Hold on, that he gets some credit from me.
How much credit did he get? I need to know.
The interceptions he do get credit.
Here go $5. Here go $5. How much of this? This is $5. We got to split this up between Dan Quinn and Al Harris. I need to know right now. Everybody right now in the chat box. This $5.
I bet I'll do a bailout then. Give them $250 a piece.
Man, what? Hell no.
Fuck both of them. I did it all. Send me the $5.
No, bro, listen to me. If it's $5, you gotta remember, bro.
We said turnovers though. That's
we talking about
your position coaches who actually works with you.
But Trey, when did $4, bro? When did Al get here? 2021 too?
Yeah, they both got here at the same time.
Trey was getting interceptions in 2020. He was just getting smoked along with it.
But you think DeRon Bland
always been a ball guy.
But my question is this: you think Al Harris had more of an effect on DeRon Bland, or you think Dan Quinn had more effect on DeRon Bland? Because think about this.
Damn, more on the defensive line, right?
Yeah, much more on the defensive line. That's his area than Al.
And that's the area that would let us down half the time.
So that's what I'm saying. There's no way he gets 250.
So yeah,
damn, man, it's just $250.
I give Al $3. I give Al $3 and give DQ 2.
I'm just tweaking.
Nah, I give Al $3 and give
He
DQ
just
2.
killing me with this $5 though. It's like, damn.
Yeah.
Hey, I need to know. Hey, how much? Hey, I need y'all to. Hey, listen. I need y'all to drop y'all $5 in the comment box. This is what y'all do. Send it to the Cash App.
I think I like T-Roy. $3.75 for Al and $2.25 for DQ.
Hey, that's what I want y'all to do.
That's accurate right there.
Y'all see the Cash Apps. Y'all see the Cash Apps right there.
Mm-hmm.
If you think Al should get $5, send $5 on the Cash App right now.
T-Roy doing too much money.
If you think Al should get $4, send $4 to the Cash App right now, and we're gonna let y'all know. Let me know in the comment box. This is only $5. We need $5. We between $1 and $5. Send it to the Cash App right now. And as y'all send it, we gonna spread it out. We gonna let y'all know. Okay, so such and such said they giving Al $5. Me personally, if I was sending HTM or Henny, if HTM was Al Harris, and if Landlord was Al Harris and HTM is Dan Quinn, Dan, I ain't gonna lie, Dan. I ain't gonna lie, Henny. You gonna get a whole listen to me. Listen to me because I rock with you, bro. I made a video saying you was my dude, but I'm getting your ass $1. We're going to make it work at the store now. I'm just being honest with you. Don't ask me no more either, because I ain't like you walk into that Washington Commanders. Oh, don't do it. Don't do like that, Dan. Try to walk like you all happy to be there.
Then what I want people to realize, this is how Dan Quinn won us over like he did. Bro, it was about 2 years.
Anybody can bust up a food stand. That's messed up.
Hey, let me walk in with the card, man. Just let me walk in with the card. I ain't gonna spend too much.
Yeah, for real. We can do food stands, but I gotta walk in with the card. I need to hold the card in my hand.
Hold on. Y'all just brought this out though. Like, cause think about this. That's the whole reason we went like 2 years without saying not one negative word about Dan Quinn. And I think the reason was we was starving for turnovers. You remember we couldn't get a turnover to save our life in Dallas.
Yeah, but think about the year Trey had 11. Think about this though. The year Trey had 11 interceptions or whatever he had. What was the end result, bro? Think about this. The turnovers were never in. And listen, they always say this: turnovers come in twos. You want to know why? Because they usually come in games where quarterbacks are just they willy-nilly. Yeah. That's the only reason a quarterback typically is going to throw 2 interceptions. But in games where you I'm sorry, bro, and I'm not trying to I just feel like there was a haze put on us because our defense was so bad in 2020. Man, right?
I said that shit. We trauma bonded with the man.
Like we were so bad in 2020, so that when Dan came, bro, it was like anything that's not the worst is the best. Then you got Micah Parsons, and we actually had somebody. Because think about this. Realistically, DeMarcus Lawrence usually gets about 10 sacks a year. Micah Parsons got what? What did he get? His rookie year?
Oh, he got 12 sacks, 13 sacks, I think. I got
13 and 14 this year.
Now think about this though. If Micah Parsons is a 2-year vet, guess what? Nobody really cares about a 2-year vet getting 13 sacks. Nobody cares about that, bro. Everybody on there. Lawrence Armstrong damn near got 9 sacks. Nobody cares.
Hey, let me get these supers out the way before they
knock them out the way.
First and foremost, shout out to Miss Regina Green with the green for the $5 Cash App on my end.
Too. Thank you, Miss Regina.
Indeed.
Mine too. I know she hit y'all. I know she hit mine.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
Numbhead Neil hit somebody with a 5-piece. He said, "I'm giving Al a tip, $6 damn, and Dan Quinn gets nothing.
Gets nothing. Get them country boys nothing.
And then
I rock with you, Al. That's why I rock with you.
Perry Locke said, "That's Al. I appreciate the content. Keep cooking. We appreciate you,
Mr. Perry. Appreciate you."
Miss Regina Green says Miss Regina Green gave Shirley. She gave Al the whole 5. Mike Ruffin gave $2.
Hey,
that's so funny. But look, I was just about to say that's the whole reason why he won us over so quickly. Cause we was starving. We was in a desert far as the turnovers, man. You remember turnovers was rare in Dallas, bro. We never got them. Then all of a sudden we just in a surplus of turnover. We like, man, we rock with Dan Quinn.
You wanna know why? Because turnovers are like touchdowns. You get the same effect in a stadium on a turnover. It's the same effect as a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? You get that jubilation. You get that quick, you know what I'm saying? You get that moment. So it's like that's why I think that happens. Because think about this. I mean, the year the New England Patriots led the league in turnovers, shoot, I don't think they got past the second round. You know what I'm saying? That year they had Stephon Gilmore and they had Mac Jones, I think, playing the quarterback. I think they had like who was the quarterback that year?
Nah,
it wasn't Tom. I don't think it was Tom.
Gilly was still there with Tom. He wasn't there with Mac Jones.
But not that year they had like 36 interceptions. It was something crazy, bro.
Was it that dude who left New England and got paid? What do you remember? They had a fire backup. It wasn't Garoppolo. It was the other. They kept a backup that people thought was good, and he went in. Was it Matt Flynn or somebody?
Nah, Matt Castle, maybe.
Matt Castle, probably. That New England kept a nice backup who people paid because they'll do good in New England. And then next thing you know, people be like, well, maybe they're a good quarterback. And then they'll give them a contract, and then they never do
there yet. Well, Gilly wasn't there yet, so I don't know. That was long.
It was the year we played them. It was the year we played them in New England.
2019. Did they win the championship?
I think it was the boy from Alabama. I think it was his rookie year.
What boy from Alabama? Nah, that was Tom Brady. We didn't. Yeah, you talk about 2019, or you talk about did we lose? The question is, did we lose the game?
Of course, we lost the game. Come on, we were in New England.
We won,
and then we lost. And I'm gonna tell you, and then we lost. If I'm not mistaken, we lost to Oakland the next week because it was Thanksgiving.
Man, hey, you gotta get this. You gotta get Numb Hand Neil cooking with this super right here. Lord,
real quick. He said Dan Quinn was the killing more of the defense. I mean, shit.
Cause look, Kellen gave us all the flash. He gave us the pretty shit. Now, don't forget about that. He gave us everything that looked good. He just didn't give us the substance. He didn't give us the meat and potatoes of the meal. You know what I'm saying?
He knew how to put on a show when the lights was on.
Yeah,
but when it was playoff times, you needed to win, couldn't do it.
That's a good analogy. Yeah.
Action Pal with the $2 super said Dan Quinn finessed us like we was new piece of ass and left.
Hey, but guess what? We was also that. You know, we was also that person that went to the car dealership and was like, "Oh my God, I want every car." You want every car? Don't trip.
We was desperate, bro. We was desperate.
We was desperate. We was a mark.
After 2020, we deserve to be desperate though. We got to give us a little grace too. After 2020, bro, we needed anything. We needed anything at that point. Like we was giving it up for anybody.
Nobody expected the Dallas Cowboys defense to be as good as it was in 2021. Our defense was supposed to be a question mark going to the season because he would come off an injury. So nobody expected Dak Prescott to ball out, and nobody expected that defense to be good. And both things happened, right?
Now that you think about it, that might have did a little more bad than it should have
in the long term.
You know what I'm saying? Because look, I told you, bro, that defense. It takes time to make something great, bro. You don't make something great overnight, bro. I don't care who he is. Like Picasso didn't do it in overnight. You know, Shakespeare didn't write a book overnight. You know what I'm saying? It takes time to make something great. So that defense flipped way too quick.
Without Wi-Fi back then.
You know what I'm saying? Look, that defense flipped way too quick for us to really legitimately think that it was fixed. But Mike did say that though. Mike was like, look, we don't give Mike no props for that. But Mike did say that year. He was like, this the quickest I ever seen a defense flip. And he didn't lie about it because they actually came out and played way better. But all I'm saying is it was a lot of holes in that defense that got masked by the turnovers. We all know that.
All right, Numbhand Neil done hit you with another 5-piece. He said DQ damn near made me want to drink again. Shit. Hey, that was rough. Hey, but hey, you know something? Hey, Lan, you remember we were looking at the yards allowed in that 2021 season. Did you know that we had 2 of the top 5 corners in yards allowed? Because Trayvon Diggs allowed 907 and Anthony Brown allowed 850 something.
Bro, so been getting cooked low key, but we just ain't been paying no attention because of the turnover.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, you know what's crazy? The Cowboys were so up and rise by those numbers that they made changes to fix it, but those weren't even affecting the outcome of games.
That's why it went so under the radar.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't we weren't losing because of it though. It was Name me a game that Trey got beat and it was the reason why we lost on that play.
That's the point, West Coast. It's almost like a car. You know, you can operate your car pretty good with water in your radiator. You know what I'm saying? You ain't necessarily gotta have antifreeze in there for a while.
But it will
until
work
you
better.
do. Until you do
One
need
day.
it, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna catch up for you. So it's like a car. Those problems wasn't hindering us to the top, the highest degree at the time until they do. And then, like I said, for just our luck, when they do is in the playoffs. That's when it really matters. It's like not a radiator want to get to going crazy and don't want to start the car now. So you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. That's when it affected us the most.
Mm-hmm. I
Did
agree.
y'all know you can like super chats? I ain't know that.
No, I didn't
You
know
learn
that.
something new every day. I just looked on here and it's a button on there. Bam. I just hit it.
Johnny
That's
Wood
what's
said,
up.
"What do I want to do with this guy? What guy? Let me look on my page. It might not be something I can see on this end.
You learn something. You don't say. You learn something new every day.
Let me see. I'm going here. Said what guy? He pointed up. I slapped Jerry Jones for hiring Dak. Let him stay. Let him stay. He'll be all right. You know, folks are still
Man, you could
upset.
be angry at that right now, bro. Don't do it. Long as he ain't, talking too crazy. I don't see nothing wrong with being mad at that right
Man, as
now.
long as there ain't no niggas and no midgets, he all
You
right.
know what I'm saying?
You good.
He all right.
He did
Like
not
I say,
listen to me. He did not play good. He did not play good. And we are not saying that you can't not be mad, but all he's saying, as long as he ain't no niggas and no binges, he all right. You all right.
yeah, you ain't got to assassinate cuz, man.
Yeah, he all right.
He Gucci.
But yeah, man, that's crazy to think about it, man. We just put a band-aid on it. You know what we say. We rigged it. I just say we rigged up. You know how we said in the hood though. We something else rigged it. You know what I'm saying? You know how we rig it up and we prop the TV a certain way and it starts showing clearer. You know what I'm saying? We just rigged it up.
Action Pal said, now I gotta say it back. Appreciate the like, landlord.
Hey, see, that's crazy. I ain't even know you could do that. That's why.
I can see it now. I just
You can actually like it now. Yeah.
Man, that's trill right there.
Yeah, that's dope.
Nigga. He said
Yeah,
nigga.
yeah. So man, I'm just curious though, man. Cause what do y'all think? We talked about the defensive side of the ball. What y'all think about bringing in Eric Bieniemy on the offensive staff? I think
love that idea.
I think I asked West Coast last night, but I don't think I ever got your opinion on it, Lynn.
Who kind of brought it to the table? Because I ain't gonna lie, I seen somebody on Twitter. So maybe it was, simultaneous.
Is he fired?
I don't know.
Yeah, he's not returning to their staff because remember they hired Cliff Kingsbury for his position. Cliff Kingsbury is going to be the offensive coordinator. Eric Bieniemy is going to be without a job. So
that's stupid too.
So I would bring him. Listen, he's a former first-round pick running back. He done won 2 championships with the Kansas City Chiefs.
I wouldn't mind bringing him in for OC. I've been a kick Schottenheimer. Get up out of here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Kurt Kingsbury, what's his biggest accolade on his resume? He coached too.
The same guy that Eric Bieniemy coached.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but that's what I'm saying. Like, and he lost his job. Why?
I don't know.
We ain't gonna talk about it. They ain't ready for that yet. It is Black History Month though, so legally
I ain't ready for that type of
legally we can't talk about it. So I mean,
it's Black History Month. Let's speak.
It is legal. Like, how do you like? And and that's the Dan Quinn thing. Dan, why? Because you're the head coach, bro. Why would you feel more comfortable? The only reason I would say is because they're going to go get a draft pick quarterback. That's the only reason. Because if you're going to get a veteran quarterback to be your quarterback for the next 2 years, then why would you not want that makes no sense. That makes no sense. Like, he's won Super Bowls doing what you want him to do. It makes no sense that he's not even a head coach. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. Whatever. It's well overdue. And the only reason I would say why they got Cliff Kingsbury is if they're going to move up to get Caleb Williams, because he just coached them at USC.
That's the only reason because other than that, bro, I'm like, bro, how does that happen, bro? Like that's why I said, like, if you're Kingsbury, you're sitting in an interview and you're telling them how you coached this dude 5 years ago when he didn't even have a full frohawk, you know what I'm saying? And he won 7 games in college, because Patrick Mahomes was not a winning college quarterback at all. If
I
I'm not
don't know how
mistaken,
good
he was
he
like
gonna do, bro. He got a lot of character flaws that I ain't
he
a
like a
fan of.
50-50. He like a 50-50. He was like a 50-50 quarterback.
He
But
got a
being
lot
he
of
had that
character
dude to
flaws
Super
that I do
Bowl.
not like, bro.
And he's
I
only
ain't gonna
about
lie.
6 foot tall.
Yeah,
Huh?
he got a lot of character flaws I do
Who?
not like.
Caleb
Who?
Williams.
Caleb Williams.
I mean, the fact that he said he didn't want to go somewhere, that was enough for me.
Yeah.
That's exactly. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying you supposed to just take anything, but bro, traditionally
are
it
not
just
a
been
man.
quarterbacks way better than you. You know what I'm saying? With higher ceilings than you, like that just took it, sucked it up, and took it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and bro, like my thing too is like you're telling the team that has the ability, the only team in the draft that has the ability of giving you a fully guaranteed contract. Because the only person that's going to get a fully guaranteed contract every single dollar is the first overall pick. Who gives a damn? Like you got to remember, any quarterback that I mean, and my thing too, I get Caleb Williams too because I mean Chicago is cold. I get it, but I say like this: at this point, if I'm Chicago, I don't want him. You can't want him. You can't want him. Even if you do want him, and he said he don't want you, you can't. It's too much. There's too much involved in drafting and making a kid your first. It gotta be someone that want to be there. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's I say shame on social media, bro. Say shame on social media, bro. Shame on these kids and these kids that are freaking like and these NIL bills. Shame on you ain't hungry and telling NFL teams that they don't want to go there. Hell wrong with you? What you mean you don't want to go where?
This still the NFL,
We in
man. What you
the
talking about now?
Like, what is wrong with you? Who is raising these people,
Wes,
bro?
this right here let you know. I want to go to the NFL.
I wish my son would say I don't want to get drafted
Let me
by the
go
number one
then.
overall
Shit.
team.
Let me go. Hey, but it
Like,
like
that is such a what?
It's the truth though, man. But at the same time, they can mess up your career though. They can. But like
But
you still
you
don't
can't
have
even
no
be
power
thinking about a
over
career right now. You haven't played in the league.
it. True. You still ain't got no power over it.
And I'm gonna tell you this right here. The mentality of a number one overall pick is this: they suck because they don't have me. That's the mentality of a first overall pick. If you ain't got that mentality of a first overall pick, yeah, your ass need to be back there in the 20s and the 30s because you need to go sit behind somebody.
Hey, so
first overall pick, the mentality is flat out, bruh. They're not good because I'm not here.
But they said it's not true. But let me get this super chat and I'll get back.
Bruh, if it's listen to me, let me say this real quick. Stuff like that, it do really be true, or it would have never got out. It ain't out about nobody else. That's all I'm saying.
True.
I mean, shit. Hey, a lie don't take nothing for nobody to tell it though. They lied on Jesus. So like, hey, Caleb Williams ain't nobody.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you, it's also the lies I be scared are the lies that are beneficial to the people that they're being lied on. Like, how does that? You don't think that's beneficial for Caleb Williams? Hell yeah, that is. Who wants to go to Chicago?
A negative lie be harder to surface like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's a little extreme.
But shout out to B Bird though for the $2 super chat. He says Kingsbury is the walking definition of failing upward because he ain't never been shit.
No,
this was crazy though. It remind me of the Mark Jackson and Steve Kerr situation. You know what I'm saying? Like Mark Jackson didn't deserve to be fired, bro, and Steve Kerr didn't deserve to take his job. So it's crazy that Mark Jackson built that team, and then now Steve Kerr regarded as a GOAT for winning all these championships. Like Mark Jackson literally built that team, bro.
He's the one that taught him how to dribble,
and Clay before what's it called him even got them.
Yeah, I mean Mark had the harder job for sure.
Yeah, he had to get out of the mud. That
he built the team.
Wasn't together, and he made the decision to stay with Steph Curry. People be forgetting Steph Curry almost didn't work out because those ankle injuries.
Yeah.
So like he definitely had a much harder job. But I'm just trying to see, man. Like I think because I like Eric Bieniemy's style, man. He's a very hard nosed coach that demands accountability from his players, bro. Like he demands accountability from them. So, yeah, I know you talked about Mike Zimmer being the spinning coach, landlord on the defensive side. Well, shit, Mike McCarthy is going to be the voice of the offense. He's good at his job. You know what I'm saying? But I think he needs a little bit more of a stern hand.
I think just for them moments that we seen in the playoffs, when I see Dak I might need Airbnb in his face, like, hey man, you need to get your act together, young man.
That and the fact that I also like his offensive scheme because he like Mike McCarthy. One of his other issues is his offense is not really modernized.
Can he
Like,
run? He can run too. He a running back.
He a former running back.
What his run game look like? Man, no, look, I already told you how I feel about it. I would kick Schottenheimer out the door for Airbnb right now. I feel like he's that caliber coach. Real talk. He got Andy Reid practices with him. You know what I'm saying? Teachings with him. Bring him on. Bring him on.
Yep. Now listen, the damn Commanders weren't great as a run team, but we saw what the Kansas City Chiefs done did in the postseason. With Pacheco, they run the ball. So I know, I'm just saying they were running the ball last year.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, man, on that boy Wink Martindale, like I did my own research on him, and my dude had 7 games last year. We gave up over 30 points. 4 games where he gave up over 40. The season before that, it wasn't as bad, but when they lose, they lose. You know what I'm saying? I will say, in my opinion, I think the Giants are willing to do more as far as building a team or adding parts on a team than the Cowboys are. So I think that Wink would probably have a harder time in Dallas than he would in New York, because I think, but at the same time, I also think the Cowboys defense is better right now as long as it doesn't decline. But we also have a bunch of guys who are free agents. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know how our defense is going to change. You know what I'm saying? You lose J-Ron Curse, you don't have a middle linebacker, you lose Dorrance Armstrong. Those are basically 3 starters right now that you're going to lose, because you don't have a middle linebacker. That means you don't have a starter. You don't have if J-Ron Curse don't resign, you don't have him, and he's the one calling the plays on defense. And then Dorrance Armstrong is 9 sacks right behind Micah Parsons. So exactly. Like, your defense is going to change regardless. You know what I'm saying? But I talked to my boy Jalen Smith. I talked to him the other day, and he's a dude that played for he played for him recently for the Giants 2 years. And
that's some good insight right there. What he say?
What is that, man? And guess what? He was on the phone with me to make sure that because they say West Coast be exaggerating when it's something. I'm just telling what he told me, man. What he tell us? What he tell us, Henry?
He said that he actually values having linebackers on the field, the first and second down, and he also vouched for him. He also said, I can't say that, but what he did say.
So you see how they do landlord though. Landlord ain't get the call, but it's cool though, man.
But landlord didn't answer
after the show, man.
But he gave Wink the vote of confidence. I will say that.
Definitely.
He more so said it was the personnel that the Giants had over anything. Right.
Yeah. That's what the reports were saying anyway.
And he also asked our question. He also said this question too. He said Wink being successful in Dallas is going to depend on how good or how much faith we have on our outside corners to defend. Because from the conversation that I had with Jalen Smith, the conversation that we had with Jalen Smith, his mindset is on the mindset of, if they would have had better cornerback play. Obviously, he's not going to say that because he's a free agent and he wants to go back. He wants to go play for whomever wants to be able to pay him. So he's not going to say anything, negative. And one thing about Jalen is he's a loyalist. You know what I'm saying? So, if you looked out for him, he gonna always have positive vibes and say, things to say. And Wink did look out for him. You know what I'm saying? He even said, he's like, he brought me back twice. You know what I'm saying? But, one thing he did say is like what Henny was saying, is he really values having, knock it off. He really values having a linebacker on the field, especially 1 and 2. First and second down. So that makes sense because, third down is pretty much the most predictable down because the down and distance is going to tell you what they're doing. If it's 3rd and 6, what are they doing? They're throwing the ball. If it's 3rd and 1, what are they doing? They're running the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, the down and distance is what's always going to determine on 3rd down. First and second down is what you really got to win on. And to be honest with you, that's what the Cowboys mentality. We got to get a defensive coordinator who values winning on first and second down more than winning on 3rd down. You know what I'm saying? Because if you only worried about winning on 3rd down, then that means you're going to be losing on first and second down because you got to get the 3rd down to even get to it. You know what I'm saying? So And all that, I say this. You know what I'm saying? If Wink Martindale was the Dallas Cowboy coordinator, I could guarantee there's going to be a middle linebacker here in Dallas because that's what he believes in. And then the same thing, I think after talking to Jalen, I didn't think it would work because, before talking to him, I didn't think it was going to work because I didn't really know why they were giving up so many freaking points. You know what I'm saying? But after talking to him, I know we have good corners.
I mean, you can't play zero because Wink like to bring zero pressure looks and not have man-to-man corners. They had a rookie out there. Adoree Jackson took a step back. They had another rookie that was a 6th-round pick playing extensive snaps for them. They didn't have the personnel to do really what Wink Martindale wanted to do. So, thank you, Johnny Woods. Appreciate you for that. But yeah, man. So I think in Dallas it would work out fine because what did the Dallas Cowboys do the entire time that Dan Quinn was here? We played man coverage. So everybody in the Dallas, I don't listen. That wound has not healed. You picking at that scab, bro. Don't do that. But yeah,
did not play man coverage in the playoffs.
But yeah, but the entire rest of the season when you were having decent defensive production, they were out there playing. Man coverage. He was mostly a cover 1 team, a little bit of cover 3 through in there. We like single high safety looks, but if they can do that, they can play cover 1. Cover 0. And
I wonder if Wink come over here with Xavier McKinney come with him in free agency because we need a safety.
Mm-hmm. Is Dollar Bill Jones still the person pulling the purse string?
His market ain't crazy like that, is it?
He's a safety.
I don't think his market crazy. That's even better. The safety market ain't crazy.
He's a good safety, so probably not.
He's a free agent though, and he might want to go back with Wink.
Then they probably don't want to pay him. So I'm not even have a conversation about no shit.
I want a safety, bro. We already finna lose J-Ron or something probably, man. So we need a safety. I need to do it all safety though. I don't just want to, you know what I'm saying? A guy can only cover. This man had actual interceptions last year. And a lot of stops, a lot of tackles. Hey, that we need that in this safety room too.
Numbhead Neil says Dak gets dehydrated before the damn games.
Or some, because he be looking crazy on that sideline sometime, man.
Hey, who drew that?
My son did.
Okay.
Cool SpongeBob, huh?
He
appreciate you, man.
He said McKinney wanted Dallas to draft him. Well, shit.
Listen. Hey. We can get Xavier McKinney over here. He just happened to play for Alabama, so don't say nothing about it. I knew this was coming. I'm just saying. How did I know? I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. Every time I say something about an Alabama player, it's already toxic on it. So
it is. So matter of fact, now that I know he played for Alabama, keep him away from my team.
I heard Jerry trading up for Jerry ain't trading up for no quarterback.
Man, Jerry too cheap to trade her for a quarterback. Because listen,
we ain't scream like that no more.
But hear me out. You know, even if you let Dak Prescott walk, you owe him money in 2025.
Bro, listen to me. The only Cowboy Nation, Dak. Listen, the cheapest way to get Dak out of here if you don't like him is to extend him. I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you trade up, let's think about this. Say the Cowboys traded up for him. You can still trade him up, trade up and get a quarterback. Bam, you got the quarterback. Now you have the most expensive backup quarterback in NFL history. And then think about this. If you go into practice and it's just clear that Dak is better than him, then guess what you also have? The most expensive backup quarterback in NFL history, because now you have a first-round pick backing up Dak Prescott, who just got extended. That is not what the Green Bay Packers do. People like, oh, that's what the Green Bay Packers do. No, the Green Bay Packers the Green Bay Packers put young quarterbacks behind 35-year-old quarterbacks. They ain't never put no young first-round pick behind no 27-year-old dude who just had his first baby. What? Dak just had a baby. He ain't even had a baby yet.
He's 30 now, though. He's 30.
Oh, I know, but he's 30 years old, bro. You're not. That's not what I keep seeing that. Oh, Green Bay, they went from this. I'm like, yeah, but all them quarterbacks had gray hair when they did it too.
Dak just left the streets, didn't it?
Yeah, Dak still
Dak just left out the streets.
But she got a baby. She ain't get a ring. That's all I'm gonna say. Landlord almost choked right now.
Y'all
He
crazy
almost
as
choked
hell.
right now. I almost got it.
You gonna say it when I start drinking some shit.
Yeah, she got a baby.
She
Now
got a baby, not a ring. Good
she
grief.
said, when you gonna marry me? He said, I give you a baby.
That's nefarious right now, boy.
He had already given her a Frenchie. You give her a Frenchie year 1, give her a baby year 2. You know how it be.
What's up, JC Cowboys Network? What's up with you?
What's up, JC in the building, man? That was funny. But
funny as hell.
y'all so silly, bro. Shout out to Dono Holmes with the $10
But listen,
cash
man,
out,
we ain't about to spend all off season being pissed off at Jerry Jones, man. Y'all know that's our grandpa. Y'all need to knock that off, man. Jerry do not. Y'all need to understand, man.
Hold on. He your grandpa. He ain't sent me shit for Christmas.
Bro, Jerry Jones is your grandpa. You better knock it off. And Jerry Jones has got the world. And Jerry Jones has got the World Cup.
He ain't standing there. He said, man, Jerry, your grandpa. So
Jerry,
he the older cousin, so he gonna try to explain how we related. That's your.
He said, man, I don't care what you talking about. That's your granddad, bro.
Hey, shout out to Dono Holmes on my end for the $10 cash app too, man. I appreciate you for the love, brother.
Appreciate you, Dono, for looking out for the squad, man. We appreciate you, sir. But
I
man,
mean,
that was funny though.
But we did waste the 4 because nobody told Jerry Jones to go and trade for Trey Lance.
Nobody.
Jerry Jones woke up one day, said, "Fuck this, I'm gonna go get him," and that's what happened. Like Jerry Jones,
feel like doing something crazy today, y'all.
So guess what? You know what that also means? Hey, stop it. You know what that also means? That a lot of this stuff that we be blaming on Jerry Jones probably don't be Jerry Jones, because everything that Jerry Jones really do gets highly publicized. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
I think a lot of this stuff we be blaming on the devil, and the devil be like, man, I ain't do that.
Josh Jones, do you realize if you cut Dak Prescott, you're out of more money?
Bro, ain't nobody cutting Dak Prescott. He's not that big.
I'm just throwing it out there for people to understand why none of the stuff they saying makes any sense.
That is low. That is low.
Can we educate people so we can move on?
That's low IQ stuff, bro.
Everybody ain't on the same level.
I would like to just educate people, and then we can move on from it again. If you cut Dak Prescott, who you currently owe $59 million to, you would then owe him $60 million, right? And the only thing you can do about that is spread that over 2 years. So you still owe him $60 million if you were to cut Dak Prescott. You're going to cripple yourself trying to get rid of Dak Prescott.
You got a $60 million plus
$60 million plus
couch
the dead cap
sitting over there on the bench.
Plus the dead cap money from the other years because he got dummy years on the end of his contract. So you are going to fuck yourself up trying to cut Dak Prescott. So please do not say anything about cutting Dak Prescott. Please not say anything about trading Dak Prescott unless you can find a scenario where he's willing to give up a clause that he fought for.
Or he gets in trouble. Or he gets in trouble. Or he gets in trouble.
All we gotta do is just build something, build the team stronger around him, man. Instead of putting so much on him. That's all it is, man. We've been looking at him like a superhero. Like I said, the Super Bowl is Thanos, though. You know, you need more than one superhero to take it down.
You need the Avengers.
You need the Avengers. Like Dak is maybe Iron Man or somebody, but you need everybody. You need the whole.
Somebody said if you pay him, your team is crippled. Absolutely not, Josh Jones. Nobody is saying that.
That's not how that works.
No, that's not how it works. You actually save money by paying Dak.
Matter of fact, let me put it into perspective like this. Dak Prescott is a $40 million a year quarterback that has never made $40 million against the cap in the 3 years he's been on that contract. The cap hit was $17 million the first year, $19 million as will change the second year, and $26 million as will change on the third year. This next year right here, the big cap hit is going to be the only year that he makes $40 million or more, and he won't even make that because you're going to restructure him or you're going to extend him. So either way,
name a receiver you scared of beside a CeeDee Lamb, or a running back that you're afraid of if you was an opposing team on this team. Like I gave Dak all the smoke he can have on my channel. We turned up on Dak. Like, let's just be real. Like, I probably shouldn't have went as hard, but I did. So I'm not saving nobody. But I'm gonna tell you this: the man didn't have a run game. We know that. The whole year he didn't really have a real running game. Like, let's be real. Then we really didn't have a legitimate number 2 option. So, like I said, it don't matter about the player. I'm talking about the production. Take away every player on the team that's a receiver. I'm talking about we didn't have legitimate, consistent number 2 wide receiver production. I don't care who fault it was. But as a number 2 receiver, that void was still there. So, you know what I'm saying? You can't say he had everything he needed. Like, let's be real. He did not.
He said that. He said Cook's not a number 2.
Man, listen to me. Listen to me.
Did he have number 2 production?
Listen to me. I'm gonna tell y'all this right here.
That's all I'm asking.
I'm gonna tell y'all this right here. Dak did not give up 47 points. So I don't care what nobody has to say to me. And I'm gonna tell y'all this right here, man. Listen to me. There are just certain things and just certain. Listen, I believe that people try to say things in the comments to just get a rise to get their comments read. Listen, stop trying to be cheap and Cash App. You feel me? Because I think because people didn't figure out the algorithm to these shows, and how do you get your attention from the content creator? How else can you get that same attention from them? By saying something outlandish or saying something that we're gonna respond to. I figured some of y'all out. I was gonna tell them this on the side, but I'm gonna tell y'all this I figured some of y'all out. Y'all folks that don't Cash App, y'all figured out a way to get your comments read with the same urgency and the same importance as someone is actually Cash App. And I'm not doing that no more. If your comment is absolutely stupid and it just makes no sense, I'm not reading it. Now, if it got $5 attached to it, I'm gonna read the hell out of it because you paid me to read it. But I'm not paying. These folks are not paying for stupidity, and they're paying for elevated Cowboy content. And that's what we're gonna give them, bro. So all that Dak slander or Dak, we need to trade him, bro. We're not wasting our time. We make a video on it. From now, if you don't understand it, I got a link. I'll send you. You can watch the video in 3.5 minutes. You'll be good. If you're not good, that's what you choose to do. But to have those comments. I as a content creator listen, Philadelphia Eagles fans aren't even saying that about their own quarterback, who could only score 9 points.
I'm finna read these top receivers right here, and I'm gonna let y'all say who their second receiver is. Tyreek Hill. Who his second receiver is?
Oh, Waddle.
Brandon Ayuk.
Deebo Samuel.
Deebo.
Okay. Now you got 2 questionables, but these offenses, the Lions, they had a lot of stuff going on, but you can, like, Jameson Williams was hurt and stuff, but you got Amon-Ra St. Brown right there, and you got Nico Collins from the Texans. But then after that, you got Justin Jefferson. Who his second receiver was?
Oh, Jordan Addison.
Okay, you got Jalen Waddle. He's right there with these people. You got Pookie Nakua. Who his second wide receiver was?
Cooper Kupp.
Okay, you got A.J. Brown. Who his second receiver was?
Oh, the Heisman boy.
Devontae Smith. We can do this, y'all. If y'all really want to talk about it, we can do this. The only one that ain't had now, maybe Rasheed Rice.
And
playing in Brazil.
And Travis Kelce is still the number 1 option. He's a damn wide receiver.
Jamar Chase. Then look, we just said Nico Collins didn't have one. Tank Dell, number 15 right here.
Yeah,
so he's still a top 15 receiver. So let's be real. You can't say this stuff about the Cowboys, bro.
Somebody hit you with a 20-piece. He said, Slim Cuddy with the 20-piece said, the nation needs to stop saying who they gonna bring in for DC. Mike McCarthy is still the head coach. We should be saying who he is going to put his stamp to the run defense. We help the Joneses sully him. Well, listen, he is involved. He's involved in the coaching search.
They ain't gonna do him too bad, y'all. You know what I said? Injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. Like, we can't sit up and watch the man get did dirt and applaud it. So Mike McCarthy still gonna have some say-so in his last hurrah who his defensive coordinator gonna be. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. Eagles fans, they about to go down there. All them dudes catch that bug. I'm gonna tell you this right now. After the Eagles play in Brazil, I know some of y'all be dating their women. That's over with, bro.
Don't do that, please.
Don't do that.
Don't bring. We're gonna shut down again. Y'all come.
They got some stuff in Brazil.
We'll go have that blue waffle. Nunhead Neil with the $5. He said Eagles fans be like horse shit.
What they said? What that boy said on Boondocks? Boot is more important than water. That's what they believe in Brazil. That was a real person. The booty bandit.
But speaking of which, talk about run game. When Dak Prescott had 100 yards from his running backs in the playoffs, he's 2-1. The only loss being that 3rd and 20 conversion to Aaron Rodgers his rookie year. When the running backs do not give him 100 yards, he's 0-4. So I would just say help him win games the way he's been winning games.
Did you get what Neil said? I don't think you said it right. He basically said Eagle fans be like horse crap, looking eyes like, ooh, yeah. they get aroused off of this.
Mouth starts salivating and shit.
Oh, that's hilarious. But yeah, man, I'm telling y'all, bro, like, I ain't gonna lie. If the Cowboys do anything I want them to do, I think we'll be better. Like, they ain't got to get the players I want. That's how open I am for this, man. Like, if you get me out of the running back class, if you want to be cheap, if you go get DeAndre Swift and free agency, okay, let's rock out. If you go get Devin White instead of Bobby Wagner, okay, let's rock out. If you go get Sheldon Rankins instead of Chris Jones or DJ Reed or anybody else we want, let's rock out. If you just get those positions filled, I feel comfortable about it. And then in the first round, I'm telling you, this is a wide receiver class, man. You would be very stupid not to get a wide receiver one fall to you. If that boy Kenyon Coleman out of Florida State or either the boy out of LSU, either one of them LSU receivers, I know the first one ain't gonna fall. But any one of them guys, man, you would be crazy to let that go. Because think about this. Like I just said, y'all can speak up for Cooks all you want to. But he ain't finna stop me from drafting one of them boys.
Especially with only 1 year left on his contract.
He ain't finna stop me. So y'all can take up for Cooks all you want to. But if one of those big time receivers fall, we should be drafting them boys, bro. Straight up. None of that stuff should stop us from drafting them, man. And if you think differently, you're kind of crazy. I'm telling you straight up. And then when we think about it, we need O-line, but we got a little O-line depth low key. We got a little depth, real talk. Now, if you gonna get one, I wouldn't be mad if you get a tackle. We got some guard backups for real.
Yeah, we got all kind of guards. Yeah,
we got guards. If you get a tackle in the second round, I ain't mad at you. But listen, it'll boil down to do you value a potential superstar wide receiver? Because this is a rich wide receiver draft, y'all. You know some of these people gonna get it wrong. Y'all. And we can get us a star, a big-time guy to pair with CeeDee Lamb for cheap. You will have him for 5 years.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
I'm cool.
Can I also?
I'm cool.
Hey, but can I also throw this out there? There are no first-round linebackers. There's no first-round running backs. And odds are by the time that you get down to offensive line, they'll be ran through. So unless you're going to trade back and get more picks, you're going to need to take the best player available.
Did you hear what he said, Wes? It's no first-round
listen to me. Listen to me. Every draft.
Hold on. Let me finish the train of thought before you go there. Because remember, there are certain drafts where there are more of some shit. Last year was the year you should have got a running back. That was one of the deepest running back rooms in the last 10 years. That was one of the deepest running back rooms. You missed your opportunity because most of these running backs are 3rd-round picks. If you want them, you can still get them, but they're not worth the 24th overall pick. Even with a good combine, the tape is already out. You only use the combine to already, just confirm what the hell you still have seen on the tape. Same thing goes for center. There's one center in this draft worth first-round pick. That's not a linebacker with first-round pick at this point.
Why would you not get a wide receiver if it fouled to you?
Unless you trade back. Because listen, I understand drafting for need, but it's also crazy as hell to reach. Like, I mean, I need a linebacker, but this dude got a third round grade. Now they did it before and got away with it, right? Because I think Travis Frederick was the last time they did that crazy shit.
Man, look, then you just said a jewel too when you were talking about the combine. Look, the combine might make some people draft stock rise, but most of the time that stuff don't work out. When they value the combine over the tape, a lot of the times that stuff don't work out. The last one, the big time it worked out, I feel like was Aaron Donald. Other than that, none of that stuff don't hardly ever work out. Aaron Donald marveled everybody after the combine. Like, it was like, oh my God, this dude is a freak. And then it actually worked out. You know what I'm saying? But like his draft stock wasn't as high before he went into the combine type stuff. Like they seen how he invested, they was like, "Oh my God," and it worked.
Yeah. I'm not drafting a number one wide receiver this year. I'm not investing that type of money into another wide receiver.
Even though he's a sure
even
thing,
though
it's like a CeeDee
listen to
Lamb
me
type
there,
situation.
listen to me. There are no sure things in life. That's one thing I know about the NFL draft. There is no sure things in life, and can't nobody convince me of that. There's nobody can convince me of that. There are no sure things.
Wait a minute. What position would you choose over that? Over that stud, that potential stud wide receiver? What position would you choose over? This is the
thing, though. You guys got to remember, it's not about who we feel are first round grades. You know what I'm saying? Because who we feel have first round grades are not what the Dallas Cowboys are going to feel who have first round grades. You know what I'm saying? So we may look at this draft and say that we don't feel that there's a middle linebacker or there's a this or there's a that in that grade to do that. But the Cowboys may not feel that way. You know what I'm saying?
These linebackers, the highest linebacker they got projected, he's like 51. Like he way
but
down.
I mean the projection, but you also got to remember, like the projections are also projecting off of how they feel they're going to do in the NFL, and they get that projections all the way wrong all the time.
They get them wrong a lot.
So I mean, I'm just saying based on the draft is best off of its best position based off your need. Because if the number one kicker in all of college football is there at 26, you're not going to take him.
I mean, no kicker will ever have first round.
That's what I'm saying. So you can't. So that's why I'm saying teams don't ever say that it's the best of it's the best player available. It's still the best available a position by what you actually need. You know what I'm saying? Because
need should be very small percentage.
Because I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm pretty sure, because listen. What if one of those? Because if a wide receiver slip, and I also believe that this is a very untaught quarterback class. So there's a chance that one of these quarterbacks could be there too. You know what I'm saying? So I would have to say this: if you have not listen to me, if you have not signed Dak Prescott, come the draft, and there's a quarterback there.
I mean,
that is really your number. I'm just being honest with you. I know you're not going to do it. I know you're not going to do it. I know we're not going to do it. But I'm just saying, listen to me, if you have not signed Dak Prescott and you know you only have him on a 1-year deal and he is not trying to work with you, and I'm not saying work with you as in like Dak being friendly. I'm saying Jerry Jones' version of working with you. Like if you don't feel that he's working with you, then, bro, quarterback is now a need now.
Hey, let me say that before I go, because I got to really get up out of here. But listen,
me too.
I'm with you on that, Wes, but you got to think.
And I'm not even saying draft a quarterback. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
I know. Listen what I'm saying, though. Out of all the positions that we really need, think about it. We just eliminated a lot of them. We just eliminated running back. You're not finna draft a first-round running back. You're not finna draft a first-round linebacker. You're not. I'm telling you, these guys, that would be one of the biggest reaches of the year if we draft one of these linebackers that early. That's why I'm telling you, if you eliminate them two positions, you got a glaring red light right there. A wide receiver stud is
but I'm going to tell you this right here. If they were to draft a quarterback at 24, the way the nation looks at Dak, they would be okay with it, bro.
I wouldn't be mad at it either. I wouldn't be mad if they got a guy that they 1,000% believe in, and he right there, I wouldn't be mad. But I'm just telling you right now, the quarterback more than likely wouldn't be the position that's there though.
Like, but I'm telling you, but this is my question though. If April comes around and Dak Prescott is not signed, you cannot just go with. Listen to me. You cannot. There's no way in hell if Dak Prescott is not signed going into the draft that we do not come out with a quarterback between round 1 through 3. You have to, bruh.
That's the only other position.
That's the only other position that we're talking about.
Yeah,
you just said flat out no.
A quarterback that they believe in, they gonna have to be like, because
you would have to then go up. Then if Dak ain't signed by the draft, you got to trade up. Ain't no waiting for a quarterback to sit there.
The only reason I want to go against that idea is because they did that stuff with Trey Lance, bro. We in a weird situation with Trey Lance. That's why I'm like, no on the quarterback, really. But if this a guy that you 1,000% believe in, I ain't mad. But the only other position of need that's worth getting in the first round other than wide receiver or a sneaky position in cornerback is O-line. O-line will be the only one that's willing, that's worth the first round pick. And then you might need to get you a receiver in a second. Like it's a big. Hey, don't miss
I
out
mean,
on all these good receivers, bro.
do I think
Look
that
at all
Dak
these
Prescott's
rookie
going to get
receivers that
re-signed?
can change these teams, man.
I
Don't
think
miss
Dak,
out on these rookie
I
receivers.
think Dak is going to get signed because it financially makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So I do believe he's going to get signed. I just believe that they're also going to use Dak Prescott's not being signed on way like they're not March like first day of training French the first day of free agency. They're not going to sign Dak Prescott. They're not going to. And the reason being is because the Cowboys like to be able to tell other players, hey, man, we can't give you that money. Why? Because we still got to sign Dak Prescott. So Dak will probably be the last person signed. You know what I'm saying?
Already, man. But I'm going to have to get on up out of here, man. I appreciate
Me
all the
too.
love and support. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like and share for the squad. It will not charge a card on everybody's channel. Hey, I appreciate doing content with y'all, man, but I got to get up out of here. I'm going to holler at y'all, man. Appreciate y'all.
Indeed.
Shout out to the trap.
Shout
Hey,
out.
I'm out of here too, man. We've been here an hour 20. It's your boy West Coast
Already.
Cowboy, man. Hey, you already know what it is. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that Cash App on the way out real quick. Let me before I get out of here real quick. Let me give a couple people some shout outs that stuck with us. If you stuck through the whole show, appreciate you. My boy Donald Holmes. Appreciate you, Miss Regina Green. And shout out to Mr. Mark Ruffin. Appreciate you guys for the Cash App love.
Indeed. Shout out to everybody that showed love and showed support. It's your boy Henny Demore reporting live from the liquor store. We'll probably be back live sometime tomorrow so we can finish this discussion. Fire ass content as always. And hey, Wes, what you always say on the way out, bro?